Devin Haney immediately shuts down the possibility of a rematch with Ryan Garcia following Ryan Garcia, the breaking news of him testing positive for Ostarine PEDs in his system. The tests were positive for the day of and the day before the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fight. Yeah, so, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney obviously was a spectacle. No one expected Ryan Garcia to do what he did, but apparently he was on PEDs for that fight. And a lot of people are, speculating, saying, playing both sides. I'm hearing both sides, people saying, this is a conspiracy, they forged the test. And I'm also hearing, Ryan Garcia tested positive. No matter what you say, they have these tests for a reason. If he tested positive, he's a cheater. But we're still waiting for that B sample to come back. Once that B sample comes back, I'll be able to, really pick a side. And I also kind of want to hear Ryan Garcia's explanation. There hasn't been, a heavy enough investigation, because the way boxing works, and especially in these scenarios, cheating in boxing is more prevalent than people think. I think it's more so because these fighters are so popular. They're on such a bright stage that, it shocks people. But this is happening more than you guys think. And you guys got to remember, testing, drug testing for the sport of boxing is expensive. You're talking thousands of dollars. So it's really only the popular fights that are drug testing their fighters. The ones that are like lower scale, that don't have much money yet, and the commissions don't have enough money, the promoters don't have enough money to do drug testing for their fighters, they're not drug testing. So a lot of these guys are on something. That's what, you guys can't be so naive. Don't be like thinking that everybody in the sport of boxing is clean, because that's just not the case. It should be, I think it should be, but I just assume everybody's on something, because this is how combat sports has always been. These fighters are taking supplements, they're taking B12 shots. To what extent do you draw the line and say, all right, this is an unfair advantage, just because it's apparently a steroid? And I'm not, trying to give Ryan Garcia any excuses. I think if you tested positive and this is against the rules in the sport of boxing, you should be found guilty and you should have to deal with the consequences. But he will, no matter what. I don't control that. I don't control what's going to happen to Ryan Garcia, but we have to wait and see. And, play both sides, be fair to Ryan Garcia, give him his time to gather himself. This is a lot, to process. He has to gather his explanation, and Devin Haney, at the same time, he deserves that same respect. He was in that ring. He could, like he said on SportsCenter, he could have lost his life. But to hear him decline the rematch so quickly was a little bit shocking to me. I kind of thought, taking into account guys like Antonio Margarito and Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto was itching to get back in the ring with Antonio Margarito after, finding out that he had wrapped his hands with, plaster inside the hand wrap. So I was shocked that Devin wasn't interested in the rematch, but I guess it's to that extent, like, I don't want to fight a cheater. I don't want to give this guy another shot. And at the same time, he took a beating in there. So it's like he's also risking his health getting in that ring again with a guy that, could potentially be a cheater. I'm not calling Ryan Garcia a cheater. I'm still going to wait it out and see what happens, with further investigation and further information. But still, not a good look, testing positive for Ostarine. This is, literally a PED that helps muscle growth. It's supposed to help, lose your fat too. And people are going to say, but he came in overweight. Yeah, that's because of other stuff that he was doing. But ultimately, it's not good. It's a legitimate steroid. It does enhance performance. So, Ryan Garcia obviously has a lot of explaining to do. He has to clean up this mess and, make his reputation, save his reputation, because right now everyone's tarnishing it. Everybody's calling him a cheater. They're discrediting his win. And if he did cheat, then, rightfully so. This should be ruled a no contest without a doubt. But, if somehow in some crazy way that, and I'm kind of hoping that Ryan Garcia is innocent, because I think that win, was good for boxing. We were all saying how that win was good for boxing because we all picked Devin to win. But if it wasn't done in an honest and it wasn't done with integrity, then it should be ruled a no contest. And honestly, Devin should win. That should just be a disqualification. Give Devin Haney the win over Ryan. But it doesn't take away from the fact that, Devin Haney took a beating. I've been saying that. Like, no matter what you guys say, Devin Haney still took punishment in that ring on April 20th. And it's something that can change a fighter forever, no matter if it's cheating or not. He knows that he still has never dealt with that before, and it's still a lot to process. You could see him, Devin doesn't even look the same when he's doing an interview. Like, he looks like he was heavily impacted by that loss, really did take it on the chin, and it really did, affect him. So I don't know if Devin Haney will be the same fighter, because at some point when you experience a shot like that, even if it was with PEDs, are you the same fighter after that, or are you gun shy, or is any puncher going to be able to hurt you? So I think Devin should really be strategic in his return to the sport of boxing. He should definitely go for somebody that's probably not the biggest puncher, if I'm being honest. He's his own man. He's going to make his own decisions, but hopping back in there with a sharpshooter that can hurt you, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that if I'm Devin Haney's corner, if I'm in his management team. I think he needs to build his confidence again, even if that's not his morale should be boosted knowing that his loss is most likely going to get overturned if Ryan Garcia's B sample returns positive, and he is testing positive for PEDs and Osterine. So like, he's going to get that confidence back, but he needs to build it in the ring as well. He has to get a win against good opposition, but maybe not guys that like really crack hard. Maybe fight like a guy like Josh Taylor at welterweight or something like that. I think that's a winnable fight for Devin. That's a good matchup, but I just don't know how I feel about him getting back in the ring with a big puncher. And he said that he had never been outmatched like that. He had never been outclassed and been in the ring with a fighter that was that much better than him, because Devin Haney knows in his mind that he's a specimen. He has his own confidence, his own pride set to say, I'm the best fighter in the world. And then he got in the ring with a guy like Ryan Garcia, and that was the result, getting dropped 3 times and getting hurt by nearly every punch. So, Devin had his suspicions, he said. He had his suspicions to think that Ryan Garcia could potentially be cheating, but he didn't want to come out and say it. Now the tests come out that, Ryan Garcia is positive for Osterine. So we have to wait and see what happens. Innocent till proven guilty, so we're waiting on that B sample. But if it does come back positive, Ryan Garcia is probably going to face a suspension from the sport of boxing. And, that's not what we want. We want, the big names fighting the big names, everybody to have that level of integrity in the sport of boxing, because in a time where, fighters weren't fighting each other, the best weren't fighting the best, Ryan Garcia took it upon himself to make that Tank fight happen. And he was clean with Tank, but he took steroids to fight Devin Haney. That's the part that kind of shocks me a little bit, but you have to remember, there was a lot on the line for Ryan Garcia. It was kind of do or die to win this fight. So if he was willing to take steroids, it might just show that, he knew that his back was against the wall to win this fight. He had to win it, or else, you lose to Tank, you lose to a guy like Devin Haney, you kind of fall out of that conversation for, being a top dog, being elite in the sport of boxing when it comes to that 135 to 140 or even 147 pound range. So, we'll see what Ryan Garcia does next. We'll see what Devin does next. We have to wait on that B sample, like I said before, but innocent till proven guilty. But at the same time, positive tests aren't a good look, and, cheating should not be condoned. It shouldn't be accepted or defended in the sport of boxing. But thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this whole scenario. Is Ryan Garcia cheating? And what are your thoughts on it? So let me know in the comments. But thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace. That's going to do it for another NASFIGHT Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.